Hi, Message in a Bottle, video cam video log, August 7th. My name is Lance again, and the reason for doing any kind of video log varies according to the person, but for me, since I don't really have much of a life, I guess my concern is that without children, I'm going to die alone, and not necessarily in a good way, and no one's really going to know anything about me. And maybe that was okay for my dad, with all the self-esteem and a lot of issues he brought to the table, but it's not really for me. I want at least one person to stand me a little way, and that's the whole reason for doing these vlogs and not trying to do a regular channel until, honestly, I have more time I can devote to it, to where there's a balance. For me, I feel that everything should be in balance. You got your work life, you got your personal life, you got your aspects to that. And one thing that's out of kilter, it affects everything. And that being said, I've decided recently to start looking for another job, which for me is always a big deal, because I tend to be using my superpower, my lone superpower, and that I soldier through work situations and other situations that other people would bail on, in the hope that it's just going through the valley, like it says in the good book, and that there will be something better on the other side. True but boring story. Back in the day, growing up in Cali, working at Target was my second job. And I was at Target for a little over 10 years. And about halfway through, I had, as understandable, discontent. And then I came to the most important epiphany when it comes to me and jobs now. It's not the job's place to make you happy. It's your decision to be happy after you weigh the pros and cons of the situation. And after doing that at Target, I found that the pros outweighed the cons. And once I did that, peace. I had a tremendous amount of peace when it came to working at Target for the rest of my time there. And other jobs, unfortunately, I've hit that wall to where the negatives outweigh the weighs the pros, and it's just, I can just see a crappy situation that's just not really going to get any better. And unfortunately, the wall where I'm at now, it's looking like that. And I'm not going to go, like I said, the last vlog was just a whole lot of bitching. And this time there's no bitching. It's me saying, I'm going to go start looking for the work. I've started today. Looking for places like Costco, Sam's Club, PetSmart has what they call early morning stalkers. I don't know exactly what time that shift is, but since I'm already working 4 a.m. 1 p.m. now, how much worse can that be if I'm in a situation where I have comparable pay benefits and I don't feel like I'm having to eat a bowl of feces every time I step to the door? That's what I feel now. Bowl of feces. No matter what. Best I can hope for is breaking even for that day. Stuff's falling at the cracks, system is failing, and everyone is just closing their eyes, putting their heads in the sand. Oh, corporate says it has to work, so we got to make it work. It's just one of the personal feelings after 20 years in retail. No offense to you all corporate folks, but you're more problems than you're worth. You cause more problems than you solve, because you automatically assume that A, everything on paper will work in real life, and B, you're never wrong. There is no counterbalance to actually going up to the average worker and saying, what do you think about this? They don't do that. Oh, sure, undercover boss, gets that lone boss, corporate type, that gets to see the reality. But for the most part, I just don't have a lot of love for corporate, because they come up with stuff that just makes the day-to-day work that much harder without any recourse. They're the king that lays out a decree, and you're the peasants, and you just got to take it. Well, for me, the day of wanting to take it are over, so as I said, I've started to look for work, and we'll see how that goes. It could be now, it could be the rest of the year, it could be into next year. I just, in my mind, felt better, because I've been kind of dreading looking for work, and I didn't want to have to stop game playing. But honestly, I've been having such discourse in my head over work that it's affecting my days off. Now, when you're affecting my days off, you're a problem. And there is some serious imbalance going on in my life. So I felt good about it. Went to the library, not so much because I didn't have Wi-Fi here. It's just that way I'm less distracted. I tend to focus on stuff. I'm not running around and looking at a comic book or wanting to watch a movie. I got to be focused. So for me, the library is an awesome place to do that. And I plan to go there a lot since my card is still valid. And, you know, it's the library I go to for the branches here are relatively quiet and people don't mess with me. So crossing my fingers and hoping for the best, because at this point, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't have the magic key. Anytime I've had an awesome job, it's because someone told me there was an awesome job. 9 times out of 10, that awesome job hadn't either been put on the books, no one knew about it, or, you know, it just wasn't on the books at all. And if you happen to have that kind of network and are able to jump from job to job, then you need to praise God, sacrifice goats galore, and, you know, give your time and money to the poor, because, you know, the rest of us poor slobs had to do the old-fashioned way. You know, online, going and using those stupid kiosks they have in their stores, or even better yet, filling the, you know, old-fashioned resumes. Did those by the dozen back in the day. Pointless those are, you know. Like I said, don't really love job hunting, but I felt better about it today than, you know. Sorry, I just have this spot in my hair. It's just doing this woofy thing, and I can't touch it. I can't seem to find it. There you go. Ah, fluffy, go away. Anyway, the point is, you know, gonna look for work, gonna look for specialized work instead of just mindlessly kind of jumping at anything. Try to find something that's more stocking, because I'm not really interested in managing people. No offense, that's where a lot of retail money is. But after 20 years in retail, I have to be honest, I don't like people. Sorry, I'm a little burned out, because so many times I had a situation where I'm held responsible for somebody else's actions. My feeling is, stuff that, hold them just as responsible. Don't shoot me just because, quote, I'm the guy in charge. So I'd rather just be a lone stalker, not part of a team, worry about me and me alone, helping others as I can. No problem with that. Being in a situation where not every damn person that takes a vacation requires me to take it up the ass. I'm just done with that. So, that being said, and I also said in the previous video logs that I would try to bring something to the table that would be cool to talk about. You know, a story idea, something I've watched, something I'm listening to, something I'm playing. Unfortunately, I didn't really have anything prepared this week. I did finish watching Supernatural Season 13 on Netflix, and I'm an old school guy. I'm used to getting things on the DVDs, you know, back in the day, VHS, now DVDs, CDs kind of things, and watching it, digitally speaking, that's new. That's not something I'm used to doing, and I had been holding off, but I just couldn't hold off any longer, and it's something I could watch again happily and not feel like, you know, I'm be bored. One thing episode I do want to mention that if anyone has a chance to check out is there was a episode where Sam and Dean gets sucked into Scooby-Doo, and an episode that pretty much everyone has probably seen, the episode where Scooby has to spend a night in a haunted house to earn some money. And it was a pretty interesting episode, originally speaking, and this version of it for the, you know, the Supernatural gang, it's just right time in the point of the series, and it was like the X-Files doing their cop episode. Certain things they are so cool. They reaffirm you. They reaffirm your past. They reaffirm, you know, just like Sam and Dean. I grew up, and I wouldn't say I was as gung-ho about Scooby-Doo's as they were, but, you know, Scooby was a big deal. Scooby was comforting. Scooby was there, you know. I watched a lot of Scooby, so it was very cool to see him back and feel reaffirmed, kind of like Stranger Things with the 80s and, you know, Ready Player One with all the 80s and 90s references, is that it just feels affirmed. You kind of feel like what you took, that what was important to you is still important and is important to another generation. And it was just a lot of fun as far as episodes go. And I hope if anyone has a chance that they should check it out. So I'm going to wrap things up because I don't want to go too long with these things. Insight for 1 week. So again, looking for other work, hoping for the best, and yet feeling very positive about it. And, I didn't think I would. So I'm just going to have to see how that goes. And I'll talk to you all as far as the screen is next week. And like I said, if someone just happens to watch and stumble on these things, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. It's nice to know that throwing this particular message into the bottle is hopefully an opportunity. We'll just see if life and Lord takes advantage of it. Until then, peace, and you all have an awesome week.